Yo, this is Banana Boys Podcast, episode 3. I am your co-host, Andrew.
Wait, what?
Just keep going. You're Jayden.
I'm Jayden.
And this is episode 3. Episodes 1 and 2 are officially live on all streaming platforms and YouTube. If you checked those out, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're going to hit a couple topics today. We're going to hit the topic of dreams,
We talked about dreams. We talked about
religion, and driving
Religion.
anxiety.
driving anxiety. We talked about Jayden's fear of heights.
And we talked about Fox News.
Fox News, very briefly. We talked about a bunch of stuff, as always. Very random, but it's chill.
Yeah, check it out. Make sure you follow us on our socials. We don't have the crazy energy, but I feel like this is like content-wise, is probably the best episode we've had so far.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty tired, but we gotta do it.
But we here, man, or woman, or we here for real, so
All right, we hope you enjoy.
peace.
We could do an intro like after.
Yeah, so remember how...
Oh, we'll still do it to it just in case we change our mind.
Nah, I think, remember at the end of the episode, we were like, oh, it's a very wholesome episode, blah, blah, blah. We just be like, oh, we hit these topics, boom, 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 and just cut that and put that at the beginning.
Yeah, we can do that.
Might as well, because I don't know what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
This is just an expansion into our human psyches and our consciousness. It's a journey.
Yeah. Then we'll just go into it.
Yeah, we might hit God today. Pause.
God. Whoa.
I don't wanna hit
You're
God.
gonna get struck by
That
lightning.
wasn't even
You're
like
gonna
a
get struck by
that wasn't even like the
lightning.
pause. That was just like a genuine like I'm not doing that. I don't want to mess with
You're gonna
God.
get what's that word called? You're gonna get
Smitten.
smitten.
Smitten is
Smitten.
yeah.
Smitten.
Wasn't there a game called Smite?
Yeah, there was a game called Smite.
Did you play it?
I did play it actually. I played it on the PS4 on console. Wait, or is that something else?
Was I?
No, yeah, I did.
I thought it was a card game.
That's something else. Magic the Gathering,
Might have been that.
Pokemon,
I think it may. I may have been
Yu-Gi-Oh.
confused with Magic.
Yeah, or D&D is not.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, D&D.
I know that from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, you just use your imagination to play. I've never played it though.
Yeah. All right. So should we start? Or
Yeah.
today's episode, I'm gonna focus on talking slower because those, especially the last clip with the robot, the first 5 seconds, the captions went through like an Eminem lyric video.
No, I like that effect. I did that on purpose.
But it matched my words though.
I know. That's why I like that because
So like,
you can still register when you're reading the
Yeah.
captions.
but in general, I just gotta talk slower. So I feel like I should just.
You were also far away from the mic, and the music was so loud.
Okay, I was doing it through my AirPods,
Okay,
and it seemed fine.
but you did lower the volume
I did lower the volume.
what the
It
heck?
seemed fine.
because when I'm playing
Actually-
it, I was like, "What the heck?" It's fine.
No, actually, you know what? It may have went back because I put the volume
Oh.
to 10-15%.
Oh, what, did not sound like 10-15%.
Yeah, listening back after like maybe end of the day, I went back to it. Did not sound like
It just
15%.
completely blocked
I
your.
think Instagram defaulted
Oh, what
back.
the heck? Okay, I gotta. Okay. Yeah, listening back to the podcast, I feel like I need to talk more confidently. I don't know. That's me. I'm just listening. I'm like, oh, I should talk with more assertiveness, because I'm like, oh, like, yeah, like I'm talking like that, but I need to talk with more conviction, and like I know it, even though I might not know it.
We were listening back to episode 1 though, so like we probably fixed it in episode 2 without even realizing.
Oh, I was editing 2, and I sound like that.
Oh, never mind.
Episode 2 should be out. Is out already when you're listening to this.
Yeah, if you checked both of those out, thank you.
Yes.
Honestly,
thank you so much.
Great. Someone actually DM'd me recently.
Oh, like
I got a
not
DM.
our friends?
Nah, like it's a random person.
Oh, okay.
She was
Same
like,
actually.
she was like, is it Chloe?
No, not.
Oh, shout out to Chloe, but she was like,
Shout out to Chloe.
she is, I believe, she's in France
Oh wow.
and she is learning English.
Okay.
Her English teacher told her that she had to improve her English and listen to English speakers, right?
Yeah.
Because you know how like there's some people.
It's
Okay.
It's my cable on the monitor is
Oh, I
messed
see.
up. So actually, let me just check if it's recording.
Alright.
It should be recording.
Okay. Well, like some people like people from like Hong Kong or China or Taiwan, they'll like listen to English American TV to learn English.
Right. Yeah.
Then people will watch Dora or whatever to learn
Yeah.
Spanish, right? So she was suggested by her teacher to listen to more English stuff.
Oh wow.
She followed me for a while, so I guess she found the podcast through like that. And she's like, the podcast is helping her a lot, even with the
Wow.
subtitles. Just
No
listen
way.
to it in general.
Wow.
So like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
look at us.
Look at us.
Only
English.
only
people.
one episode was live at the time.
Oh my god. Oh
We
wow,
already-
Chloe, if you're listening to this right now, thank you so much. We hope your English. We hope we're helping you with your English.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, we better keep making this just for Chloe if no one else is listening. We have 37 downloads though, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we were averaging. I think the first day we had 10. Second day was 25, and then you hit me the following day saying we had 37. So we're averaging about 10-ish.
That's
a
the
day.
first episode. We gotta see what the consistent episodes are.
Oh,
Those are
obviously.
downloads. Yeah.
But how you doing, man? Because we both are low on energy today.
I'm tired, dude. Oh my god. I got finals coming up, man. And then I haven't even started. I have started, but like I got assignments coming up that it's due on Tuesday. I didn't even start yet, and I just haven't started. I'm just not ready for my finals yet. And it's coming up soon, and I've been doing other stuff.
And you got home at 12 last night too. From
Yeah,
your,
man. I was like
your
laying in the
basketball
event
thing.
center. That was cool though. Shooting for overtime. Shout out overtime.
What is that?
That's what the guy was doing yesterday. He's like, "Yo, overtime, overtime," and then we were trying to hype up. So we are trying to hype up this guy. He's from Toronto, overtime, and we're basically trying to make like a hype video for him and to see, him coming around to get behind the scenes and he's talking with all the players. So he's like walking around. He's like, "Yo, overtime!" Trying to get the kids to be like, "Yo, it's overtime," and this is the O.
So is he like from overtime?
Yeah, he's a rep for Overtime Canada.
Oh, and he's trying to get started over here.
He's trying to like increase the exposure here. Yeah, he's a chill guy. I don't know if we can talk about it.
Is overtime the next hoop mixtape?
What do you mean next to who?
Because like I haven't played basketball in X amount of years. I've been kind of gone from basketball culture for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was playing basketball and actively in basketball culture, like hoop mixtape was the big thing. And I think
Pretty
the
much.
little like local hoop mixtapes as well, like iCity, I love basketball TV and all this stuff.
Mhm.
If that's the right channel, but like back then it was that. And then now you have like overtime.
Pretty
Is
much.
is overtime basically taking over for hoop mixtape?
I don't know if it's taking over, but it's like another channel, like House of Highlights or Ball is Life.
So Ball is like Ball is Life too. Ball is Life has been around for a while, but is that like the new generation?
I don't think it's a new generation. Overtime has like almost 10 million followers, so I think it's been around too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Overtime Canada. Overtime Canada is like it's much smaller, but it's because
Yeah.
Canada's basketball scene and just in general is smaller.
We should. I feel like we should maybe back. Watch you know and say this, but maybe like in the future we should talk about this. But there is a weird thing where like us in the U.S. are so close together in terms of culture and like everything else. We often compare ourselves to the States when we only have the population of California.
Oh yeah. No,
So it gets kind of weird sometimes.
like we compare it to the States, but States is so
Yeah.
different.
Like we're like, oh, why is our economy not doing the same thing as the States? It's like size of California.
Can we look it up? I'm gonna look it up.
But you know what I mean though? Because California has
I know.
37 million, I think. And I think Canada has roughly 35, 36, 38 million.
Hey Siri, what's the population of Canada? Wait, I did Google. Oh shoot. Oh, 38 million.
As of 2022. Or as of
As of
2020.
2020.
Okay.
Population of the United States of America.
Yeah, but do California.
Okay, well, United States 330 million. That's
10 times bigger.
Oh yeah, that is 10 times.
Pretty much 10.
That is 10
9
times.
point something times bigger.
Yeah. Okay. Population of California. 39. Oh yeah.
California's bigger than us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Canada is just so like all the population is just in like BC or like Ontario. And it's like a couple hundred thousands in like Alberta. Oh, actually no, Alberta has millions too, I think.
There is an official number somewhere. I don't remember exactly. Maybe you can Google it. I'm not sure. But something about 90% of Canada's population is within 100 miles of the border.
Yeah.
So we're like First off, we're a small country, and we also take up a very small amount of our actual land.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of the land is freezing. Not freezing, but it's really cold. The Yukon,
That's true.
no one's like, what's the population there? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna Google it, but it's like so little.
Yeah, but it's really weird, like the cultural differences between the two. Like we always compare ourselves to the states. Like, why is the state interest rate so much better than ours in terms of banking and stuff like that? It's like, well, the states has 10 times us. It's kind of just the way it is. Our economy is only so good because we only
Yeah,
have so many people
that's
available
true.
to produce for our economy.
That's true. Well, I mean, we compare because we're just right next to each other, I guess.
Yeah, but it's really weird. Like it's always like, oh, boom, 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 right? And then you're like, oh, that's why. It's such a big thing that we always forget about how much bigger the states is than us.
That's yeah, like way bigger, like so much bigger.
Because for us, it's like what we have: Vancouver, we have Toronto, Montreal, Quebec. States has what? Just down the border, down our border, the West Coast border, right? Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, and then other sides like New York, Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, maybe Boston. They have what's it called? What's that city in Florida? Orlando?
I don't know my United States
But
geography.
you know what I mean though, right? It's
Yeah.
Chicago, like there's so many more business hubs than we have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very weird dynamic we have
Yeah.
between the two.
I hate how my most viral TikTok is slavery.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Dude, I keep bringing it. No, I hate it, but I bring it up all the time. I'm not proud of that TikTok, but that
I'm not proud of that TikTok, but I pinned it.
no, I archived this so long
Oh,
ago.
I'm joking. I didn't know. I haven't actually checked your page in a long time. I just see on my For You page and I just like the video.
I archived it a few months ago. I just
A few months ago. That shit was out for like 2 years.
okay, yeah, it was up for a while, and I was like, no, I don't want to, because I did so much like dark humor on TikTok just because it got views. But then I was like, I don't want to be doing this.
When I'm at work, I do so much dark humor.
It's not.
It's because I have a couple coworkers that are my age, and they get it. So it's not like I'm saying this like someone's dad. Like I'm
okay.
like we had the 12 days of giveaways at work, and then one of it was like dress as your favorite destination. And I turn around, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna dress as all black because I want to die. That's my dream destination, the void.
Oh, okay. That I didn't understand that for a second. I was like, is that a race joke?
No.
That's kind of messed up. It's kind
it's-
of dark.
And then we were at this work thing. They're like, just drink it. And I was like, that's what Bill Cosby said.
Oh wow. Wow. Yeah,
Look where he ended up,
You should be
in
making.
jail. Anyway, so how's your day going?
I was trying to just. My day's good.
All right, we should probably hit some of these hard hitting topics.
Oh man.
Do you know how Jesus became a white man? Just
What?
genuinely
What?
asking.
How he became a
How
white man?
how was Jesus portrayed as a white man? Like what happened? Because this man was from the Middle East, technically, Jerusalem, all that, right?
Uh-huh.
How did he end up as a white dude with blonde hair
Does he have blonde hair? No, he doesn't.
or brown hair, whatever
like
it is? but
brown hair.
He didn't look like a guy from the Middle East. He looked like a white dude from California.
He looks like a guy from the Middle East. I never see a blonde Jesus. When I think of Jesus, I just think of curly hair, brown, and then yeah, pull some images.
This does not look like a man from the Middle East.
Okay, I can see. Look, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the people who wrote the Bible. I'm not sure, man.
What happened?
I don't know, like the historical facts of Christianity.
Is this Brad Pitt?
I don't know.
That's something I've always wondered. I'm like, we always see these pictures of him because we both grew up in a church.
Mm-hmm.
I've always seen pictures of him. I'm like, and once I found out where Jerusalem was, I'm like, how did this happen?
What do people from Jerusalem actually look like?
Sorry?
What do people from Jerusalem actually look like?
Let's go find out.
I never really questioned it.
Uh,
I just like, oh, that's a portrayal of Jesus. But that's just how like movies and like everything.
Bro, they look like that.
Okay,
How did
I don't know.
you know what I mean? That's something I've always wondered.
It just happened,
But like how?
and people accepted it.
but
but-
like
I don't know. You have to look at the Bible.
no, I don't think it's in the Bible.
Does it not describe how Jesus looks? I've read the gospel so many times.
I
I just
don't
don't
know.
remember.
But that's something I've always wondered. Like, how did Jesus become white looking?
I don't know. Something happened on the way
I
of
feel-
Christianity. And
You know, like for your tab under religion, right?
oh yeah.
We were both on two different types of time.
Yeah,
Yours was like,
I was talking. Yeah, I want to talk about like what is the point of religion and what religion does for people, and then you're like white
and
Jesus.
then the other one was like, what's inside the Vatican Library?
Yeah, what's inside the Vatican
I just
Library?
want to know, like all the stuff they have in there.
I don't know.
I just want to go there,
I've never.
but it's not open to the public. I think.
It's not. How do
I
you get
don't
it?
know. It's just a archive they have. They just hold a bunch of archive of documents from like all the way back.
That's weird.
I just want to look at it, man.
I just want to talk about. I just want to like. What is the point of religion? Is there a God?
There,
Is there a God, Jayden? Do you believe in God?
I believe there's a God. I don't know whether we as humans got it all the way right, though. That's the only thing in question. I feel like there's a higher being.
Okay, I
But-
think so too.
Whether I think it's like God or Allah or like Yahushua or something like that, I don't. It could just be different names. I don't know enough about it.
I feel like God is like in the metaphorical sense.
I thought you were about to say metaverse.
What?
Is God in the metaverse?
God could be the metaverse. God could be the metaverse.
God's everywhere,
God's
technically.
everywhere. But I think God is just what everyone believes in a God, and
That's
everyone's
true.
God is different. Like I think of it that way. I think of it almost like symbolic, not as a literal man in
Yeah.
the sky.
Because like the thing that gets messy about it is like there's so many different religions, and when you look into the history, the religions start at different times.
Mhm.
Like Hinduism, I believe the word is Hinduism.
Mhm.
That's the first religion that humans ever created, or
I
humans
think that's
ever
the
came
oldest
across.
religion. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think religious studies.
So
I
when you
that's
think
what- yeah.
that, it's like okay, then that kind of puts Christianity and Catholicism and all that other stuff into like perspectives. Like okay, this showed up afterward.
Mhm.
Could this just be like it gets so messy? I feel like
Mhm.
when you start looking at the history of everything.
The thing about religion, it's like they all have like a central theme of like love and hope and just like love for each other.
I feel like it's like karma almost.
Yeah,
Like you do good, the
pretty
good will come
much.
back to
That's
you.
like the same thing, and it's just like you just gotta love everyone. Like that's like the number one commandment in Christianity is like love yourself more than others.
Love thy neighbor.
Yeah,
But it's just like I just feel like there isn't maybe hopefully in the future, but I feel like we should one day as a people just have a open conversation and be allowed and not crucified for exploring the historical backing and not just taking it and going for it. Because that does get dangerous.
that's what's it called? I forgot the word for it, but there's people who just strictly believe in one view. There's a lot of those.
I just call it narrow-minded tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like
this is this.
not what these religions teach. Religion teaches like accepting of everyone. And you got to be open minded.
Like me questioning things and wanting to know the full story and not just taking it for what it is. I feel like I shouldn't be labeled a bad follower.
No,
I just like having answers to things.
and that means you actually care about it.
I feel like that makes me more dedicated to it than someone who just takes it. Because I want to know the full story. I want to understand it to myself. I don't want to just take it. Oh, he did this. Oh, they did this. This happened. Whatever. Like I want to know what I'm exactly being taught here.
exactly. But for me, God is like what you put the most amount of attention to. So a common one is like money could be your God, and it's just like that's your God, and everyone's God is different.
Depends on upbringing as well. If you're from a very wealthy family, it's easy to say, "Oh, money is not what you seek in life; it's God." It's like, yeah, you guys have a fucking $1 million in the vault. Of course, money's not an issue. But if you're like working job to job, check to check, money's gonna matter a lot more to you than it is to the other people.
So then their God is different.
But it's
right?
not because it's my God. It's because I need to survive. If I put all my trust in God and don't care about the money when I don't have any money,
Well, it doesn't have to be money too.
but I'm just saying as a
Sure.
reference to the 2 points of where
Yeah.
you could be in life.
I think God is just your highest ideal that you're aiming for. So whether that's fame, whether that's money, whether that's just happiness in life, I think that's your God, and it's just so metaphorical. I think all the stories in the Bible is just like a metaphor rather than literally. When I was growing up as a kid, I always read the stories as literal. I'm like, oh, was there actually a flood? And then did Moses split the ocean? And is there a literal Adam and Eve?
But that's your point of view.
Like, I don't know. That's what
'Cause-
yeah.
we probably know people. Actually, should we just give our background first? I feel like
Okay.
because we seem like we're just talking out of our ass a little bit.
Well, this
Do you
is
want?
what the podcast is about.
Yeah, but
I think
like
we should name that
I
talking
feel
out of
like
our
we should
ass.
talk. I feel like we should give a background on like where we are in terms of the subject of religion,
Okay.
because I feel like that does kind of matter in our
Sure.
context.
I guess I grew up in a Christian home. My mom and dad were all Christian, and we went to church very young. I went to church. I've been going to church all my life, every Sunday. I still do it, just virtually now. And yeah, Sunday school, just involved in the church community. But I don't think I consider myself like as really like those serious, fully committed, want to become a pastor Christian. I'm just like those, like, I just go almost sort of because our parents.
There is a word for that. I don't know the actual word, but there is a word for the Christian that's not all the way committed. And I'm saying it the way I'm saying it for a reason. Like they do see it as a lack of commitment.
Yeah. I mean, I see that too. But it's just like I gotta figure that out for myself. Like spiritual journey isn't where it should be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've been going to church. I went to church from age 3 till I think about 13. My grandparents are very super Christian. My mom was a Christian as a child. Once she got married to my dad, didn't go as much anymore. My dad grew up in a Buddhist family, but
Okay.
he himself is an atheist.
Okay.
So growing up in my family's home, like my parents, more of an atheist kind of household. Grandparents, super religious. Church from actually no, I went to church from ages 3 to I believe 16. Stopped going because I started working a job on Sundays, and then stopped going to church from 16 up until I believe 19. Went back for 2 years. I went to a different church during those 2 years, and then COVID hit, and I basically stopped going since then.
Not even virtually.
No, just got kind of busy, to be honest. Just a lot of stuff. Like I needed that hour to get stuff done because I still have work 5 days a week. Like I only have 2 days to get stuff done. I needed I actually needed that hour to get stuff done, or I would be just screwed. The 2 churches I went to, the first one was I went to 3 churches throughout my life. First church was from age 3 to 16, no, age 3 to 13. Sunday school. I went to VBS as well, Christian preschool. I don't remember too much from it. I know it was on the conservative side. The church I went to from 13 to 16, much more conservative. I looking back at it, I know that a lot of them were probably into Trump, like Fox News, that end of conservatism, very far right, I believe. That turned me off. I went to a different church for 2 years after that, I believe 18, 19, 20-ish, somewhere between 2 years in that time frame. Went to a different church. This is a much more new school church. I don't know if it makes a difference, but everyone from that church was from Hong Kong. Don't know why, but it was a very much more younger church, open church. This wasn't to the book, to the T like the last church was. It was more of, hey, God said this, this, and this. It applies to modern day in this sense. It was I felt much more to me because I see the modern sense. I like knowing things. I think we're still good. But like, just knowing about the flood and stuff like that's cool. But I want to know the modern, like how do I bring God to the modern day? And that church helped me a lot with that. Stop going just because of personal reasons to stand third, but I still carry that with me. I want to know how does this book relate to modern life.
If you guys hear the barking, that's my dog Goku.
Shout out to
Sorry about
Goku.
that. But yeah,
Should we plug Goku's Instagram?
Goku baby.
Dear Goku?
Dear Goku.
Yeah.
Wow, you know better than mine.
Well, because the page likes my TikToks and it follows this page actually.
Oh, it does.
Shout out to Dear Goku.
Dear Goku. But yeah, religion is important. I think for some, it gives people hope. It gives people purpose in life. It's like a lot of people always say that, oh, religion transformed my life, and it's because it just gives them like a sense of direction and meaning, whereas before they might have not.
But it also does a lot of harm to some people
That too.
because like you see some kids that were born and raised in the church. We probably know some of them. Born and raised in church, super conservative family, shielded from everything, right? The second they went to the university or post-secondary or whatever, they went wild.
Yeah.
Because they have never seen this life before. They've never seen alcohol outside of communion.
Christian boys and girls are the most wild.
And they go crazy. And it's like, it becomes an argument. It's like, do you want your kids to be shielded and go crazy? Or do you want them to know what's going on throughout life so that when they get to outside their home, they are okay and prepared?
That is more of the issue of parenting, I think, not religion. Because a lot of the reasons, a lot of times people who grew up in Christian households or religious households, they usually just don't do it when they leave the house. It's because it was forced on them as a kid and they had no choice. They didn't they didn't themselves decide, okay, they want to go into religion and genuinely interested. It was just like, oh, we have to go to church every Sunday and that's it. And they usually aren't paying attention to the pastor or youth groups or whatever.
But it's so much the parent. And we're kind of focusing on Christianity here because that's what we know.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about Islam or Jewish religion or any of that. Not any of that, but just any of the other religions. But like, is it the parents themselves, or is it because of the religion taught the parents? Because that's where it gets kind of, because a lot of conservative Christians are like, the world is evil against Christianity. They're silencing us.
It's probably both.
So like, when you have that vendetta against the world, you want to shield your children. So it's like, is it the parents themselves protecting the children, or are they vesseling the religion to protect their children, but in reality is doing them a lot of harm?
It's probably both. It's like religions is probably teaching them some of that. And it's like, you gotta get, like, a key thing is like, you gotta share the message with everyone. You gotta get them to turn to Christianity, right? Or whatever religion. So that's probably a reason. But at the same time, from a parenting standpoint, it's like, you need to, sure, you can tell your child about religion and all of this, but don't force it upon them because they're just not gonna do it. They need to see them. They need to see for themselves why they're doing it. Tying back to last week's topic about why you're learning. This is the same thing. Why am I doing this religion? Why am I going to Sunday school? It's because your spiritual journey is super important, but you got to figure that out for yourself. It can't be forced on you, and that's why so many people turn away.
But I feel like this is an important conversation that I think will be had more often as time goes on. Like,
The
as
conversation of religion.
the open conversation of it.
Yeah.
Like, not just, oh, you're not a dedicated Christian, go find God, this, that, and third, where it's just closed answers, like open answers. Like open conversation with historical backing and just like, you know what I mean? Like a more open conversation. Cause I feel like right now, especially with maybe like COVID and like, cause COVID's a big thing and all big things always, the religions will always have a way to bring big things into their religion. So I feel like, with COVID, well, I don't know where I'm going with this, but like, actually, no, I with this. Basically, someone I knew told me that the Book of Revelations had a world where Satan ruled the world, and you need 666 on your head to enter places. I was told this by someone. I didn't do any actual research, but they're relating that to the vaccine card, saying that, and that's why I went to blank. And they're saying the vaccine card, you need this to get into places. Let's just ignore Costco existed, right? Whatever.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what about the point of religions bringing in big events to them? It's like that creates a lot of issues in the real world, because you see a lot of anti-mask, anti-vaxxers are claiming God and all this stuff as a medical exemption, saying that the devil is a mask and this, that, and there, and it becomes kind of dangerous in a way. So yes, religion is good and we find purpose and stuff like that, but it also, if used wrong and misinformation, can create a lot of bad things.
Yep.
A lot of churches in the US kind of saw Trump as a savior. And look what happened. The Capitol riot. Insurrection, whatever you want to call that. That happened. Lives were lost.
It's good and bad because people are really passionate. People can get really passionate, and for the good, it's great. But on the bad side, it can get very terrifying, and a lot of people die.
And that's why I feel like we should have an open conversation in this in the future with our kids or whatever like that, because it can be wielded either way.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna force religion on my children. I'll tell them about it and let them decide. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's how I'm gonna teach my kids. I think it's easier said than done.
Obviously.
Because when you have kids, you have your own sort of like, you want the best for them and you think this is the best. And
you can't. I hear parents say that you can't talk about kids till you get kids.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this.
Yeah.
When you get the kids,
no.
different.
They're completely different, But I hope to do that. I hope to just tell them information, let them decide. Obviously not like let them decide everything. There's like set things and that's like up to me. But you never know when you get kids. That'll completely change.
I'm big on karma. Just without religion, just big on karma. Like do good, be respectful, do this, that,
It'll
and the
come back
third.
to you.
It'll come back to
It'll
you in
come
some
back to
way.
you.
And if it doesn't come back to you, at least you're a good
You're a
person.
good person.
Your karma is good.
Right? Why would you be why would you be a dick?
Yeah. Why do you
would
want
be a
to
dick? Like, why do
do
you want
all
to be
this?
mean, man? Why do you want to be a bully?
You know what I mean? So like, I feel like just teach your kids respectable, be respectable, all
When you
that.
do good, it always come back. Always come back. Do you believe in the law of attraction?
Could you explain that?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I just threw that out. But like, I've heard someone, a friend of mine, before describe the law of attraction as literally like if you're thinking of something and wanting something every day, it'll manifest itself. So I think I believe law of attraction in partially, but the example he gave was kind of like I don't know about that. He was like, "Oh, so I was thinking of picking up a $20 bill, and I imagined picking up a $20 bill every single day, and then one day I found a $20 bill and picked it up." And to me, that's like okay. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. But for me, I think partially I do believe in it, or like, because when you're thinking of the law of attraction, you're sort of just orienting yourself to that goal. You're gonna have a goal, and you're doing whatever you can to try to achieve that goal. And you're thinking about it's like visualizing your dream, and you're working towards that every day. I think in that sense, I do believe it because once you get into that sort of perspective and you're very, very narrow focused on that goal, I think it's only just a matter of time before you make that happen for yourself.
I am getting into it more, like into the manifesting, into the meditation, all that stuff. I have a crystal, like an amethyst crystal. Got that a while back or recently.
What does that do?
It's for protection apparently.
Oh,
But like, I don't know, it's look cool.
it looks
But
cool.
like I am getting into more of that stuff now. And I feel like law of attraction, I ain't gonna lie, this month hasn't been the strongest, so maybe I'll try it.
Okay.
But
I don't think it's like a magical thing. It's
No.
more of just like a mindset thing. You're visualizing your dreams. You're visualizing, okay, you're going to be successful doing this.
it's also into energy as well. Like the idea of projecting energy in this
Okay.
third. I'm not
I
super
don't know.
into it yet, but I do think I've always kind of been into that without knowing what it is.
Okay.
Like the idea of like if we all come from atoms or if we all come from the same thing,
Okay.
maybe we have some sort of energy
Okay.
or something in us.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I don't know either.
For me,
but
it's just a mindset thing. Like, if you're going to think about it every day, you're going to do whatever you can to do it.
yeah.
Right. So it's like if I use me, for example, a month ago or 2 months ago, I was like, I really wanted to get into sports content and shooting basketball. And I was like, think about that almost every day. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. What can I do to do it? And then fast forward, I'm just like doing all this basketball stuff.
How did you get to that?
How did I get like literally?
How did you what happened in that time frame that got you to where you are last night? Shooting for Overtime Canada.
So, okay. So basically, in September, Overtime. Shout out Overtime. Shout out Rich. The guy's name is Richmond.
Richmond?
Yeah, Richmond. Rich.
Fair enough.
Shout out Overtime.
It's nasty. Don't do that.
So dumb.
Just don't move it. That's all you gotta do. Just don't move it back and forth. That's nasty.
Dude, I wasn't even thinking about that.
That is nasty.
Bro. Yeah, I wanted to get into sports content because I haven't shot any sports, and then basketball specifically because I played ball. So literally, I emailed the head of media at UBC, and I was like, "Yo, I'm a videographer. I can do this. Can I come and get a media pass and shoot ball for the UBC ball team?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course."
Okay.
And I went and shot it. Spent my time, did the work for free, and then posted it. Other people saw it. So the girl, her name's Hannah. She runs like, have you heard of HK2K highlights?
No, I have not, but it sounds cool.
But yeah, she does like highlight mixtapes all over Vancouver, and she also manages the UBC media team. She saw it, and she's like, "Yo, we got Overtime coming this week, and he needs a video. Can you come shoot it?" And that's basically how it came.
That's the part I wanted to know about because I feel like a lot of people just manifest things or they try and manifest things, but you gotta still put the work in it.
Yeah.
You can't sit around on your couch saying like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and it never comes up.
Yeah.
Like you still gotta put the work in.
Yeah. So
I feel like you putting the work in helps push the energy forward of that happening.
exactly. It's not just manifest, you're sitting there.
Yeah.
I think that's like praying too. Praying, I think, feel like praying is a sort of manifestation.
That's the
Do you
part.
think so?
That's the thing I wanted to talk about, but I didn't really want to get into it because I didn't know where it would lead us. But there are a lot of things in religion, especially Christianity, that I feel like are from other religions, or maybe in something else, and we just took credit for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like like meditation could be like manifesting some way. Like you meditate and you focus on this.
Yeah.
That could be like praying.
Well, it's all really common. I mean, every sort of religion has sort of kind of meditation or praying, right?
Yeah, it all has similar things. So it's like it kind of gets messy. But like yeah,
But yeah, to tie it back to religion, we're talking about, I think it's the same sort of thing. It's sort of just manifesting. Obviously, you have to put in the work, but it's like visualizing what you want, your goals in life, and you're praying about it. You're asking God
Yeah.
for it, whatever your God is. But at the same time, you're also putting in work.
Mm.
But then you have a target in mind, and you know what to put the work into. And I guess that's what prayer is.
Have you heard of Abrahamic religions?
Yes,
The trio?
I think so. What is it again?
Islam,
Oh, yeah.
Christianity, and Jewish.
Okay.
Is Jewish? Is there a word for Jewish? Or is it just Jewish? right?
Judaism?
Judaism. Yeah. Judaism. Yeah. Judaism. But it's basically the idea of like Muslim and Christian, Islam, Christian. God came down to Abraham or a prophet, right? This and the third happened. A second one came back, whether it's Muhammad or Jesus, right? Whether the God was Allah or God, right? And then Judaism was the same thing. A prophet came down. I think it was Yahshua. No, Yahshua was the God. Yahshua came down to a prophet. I think his name was also Abraham. This and the third. The only difference is that there was never a second coming. But they all tie it to Abrahamsm because it all came down to this one man, Abraham. I think Abraham is in the Quran.
I think so.
I think so. So that's why they call it Abrahamic religions because those three religions are so closely tied together. The only difference is that in Judaism, Muhammad or Jesus or the second prophet or second coming of God never came down. I just think maybe it's just on a different side of the mountain.
Right.
Look, Islam and Christianity were on this side of the mountain. Judaism,
Yeah.
this side of the mountain, just never saw the dude. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying like that's why I talk about the historical context of religion because as a Christian growing up, I never knew Muslims and Jewish people were so similar to us and had such similar writings and stuff like that. Going to Google, searching stuff, well, just questioning religion stuff like that. Find out this, I'm like, this is a big thing, and we were never taught this. We were never taught Hinduism was the first religion that man or human created. That's why I feel like this conversation is needed.
Yeah, I
Through
grew up
us or someone
thinking
else?
other religions were bad because it was like, do not worship other gods other
Yeah.
than one god. So I'm like, okay, Buddha is bad. Everything's bad. When we went to a school field trip to a Buddhist temple. My mom wasn't very happy about that. And then I just didn't like bow or anything, which honestly, thinking back, I think it's kind of disrespectful. 'Cause
Oh,
it's-
yeah, I do that too.
I just stood there and I told my other friend to stand. So everyone bowed and we just stood there. I was like, this is our Lord Buddha. This is the biggest statue. And then everyone bowed and we just standing there.
The thing is that a family member of mine passed away a long time ago.
Okay.
And we visit his resting place every year before COVID because COVID kind of messed things up. But resting place, Buddhist family, always bowing stuff. I bow. I was always told not to bow, but I do bow out of a Chinese symbol of respect.
Okay.
Our culture does bow, whether you call it because of Buddhism or just our culture. I changed it to a culture because I was also taught Buddhism is bad. I had a jade in my as a kid. I had a jade thing that was given to me. Grandpa's like, get rid of that shit.
Yeah.
It's evil. This and that, third. So I always, when I did the bowing to my ancestor or my past a family member, I always do it out of like, okay, Chinese, Asian culture, we bow, right? It's not Buddhism. It's not this, that, third. It's just respect. We bow. It's like, but it does mess up your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like it gets messy.
It's you're taught it's like it's divided, but you know, we ought to be one together. Yeah. Manifesting. Don't manifest and not do anything. Don't go back. Don't complain.
That goes into entitlement, I feel like, because one of the 7 deadly sins in Christianity is ego and pride, right?
Yeah.
You go to church and you do your stuff, right? You give money to the church, this, that, third. You walk out of church thinking, I'm the greatest person on earth. Everyone who's not Christian is nothing compared to me because I do all this, right? That's pride. And that's ego. That's a 7th deadly sin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
gets so messy. Like, oh, I'm better than you because I'm a Christian. Oh, go find God. I'm better than you. Like, pride. Still, like, I don't.
I think those Christians are like the not misinformed, but like the unmisguided
But
Christians.
it's kind of like how, and if this is off, just let me know. Like those Christians, the homophobic Christians,
Mm.
the gender, no, it's called gender. The one that was made illegal recently, the conversion therapist Christians, those Christians, right? The loudest ones makes us look bad.
Yeah.
Like how 1%, less than 1% of Muslims create these terrorist attacks claiming for God, right? ISIS and all that stuff. Oh, Muslims are bad. Not bad, it's just because this tiny percent is
Are the
making
loudest.
Ku Klux Klan as well. Tiny percent doing all this whack, crazy stuff. They're super loud, makes everyone else look bad.
And then the media portrays it
Yeah.
because it's interesting.
Yeah, and then all the other Christians are like, oh my God, look at the media portraying us as these bad people.
Mm-hmm.
All you're doing is just creating another cycle.
Yeah.
It's very, you need to be open. I feel like you can't just be closed-minded into this because it's going to do nothing but harm you and harm generations that follow under you.
It's usually the loudest that speak that aren't necessarily the most intelligent. Or not intelligent, but the loudest. What am I trying to say?
They take and go. They take this, go with it. They don't question it. They don't learn it. They don't internalize it. Is that what you mean?
Like, there's a saying, it's like, you don't have to, as long as you sound smart or speak with confidence, the stuff you say doesn't have to be right. And people will listen.
That's not really religion. That's just human nature for some people.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you tie back to that, these people are often the loudest and they speak with a lot of confidence, but what they're saying isn't always right.
I know what you mean. I'm just trying to figure out how we can say it to them, like to the podcast itself.
This is just the communication tip I was learning. I'm listening to like this communication podcast.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. Like,
If you're talking about something, talk about it with confidence so people will believe you.
back up what you say too.
Back up what you say too. But often the confidence is there, people will believe you.
That is true.
Because communication is everything. If you know what you're saying, but you cannot communicate it articulately, no one's gonna listen to you, no matter how credible you are.
If you talk,
Unless you're Elon Musk.
yeah. If you talk faster, you win more arguments because people have less time to create their arguments.
Mm-hmm. There's like a whole science to like communication and how you talk.
Dangerous.
If you talk with like a deeper voice and a more different tonality, and I heard it's talking slower. Or is it faster?
I think it's faster. You have less time to react, less time to think.
I think of Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. When
When
you said psychology, I got kind of scared. I'm like, ooh, this man knows things.
Who?
Because psychology, you can use it.
You can use it.
You can use that.
You can use it, but most of the time you use it to self-diagnose yourself,
And you just get darker and darker.
and you think you have depression.
No, but that's actually a proven thing. The smarter you are, the more likely you are to be depressed.
Oh, for sure.
Because you see the world for what it is.
That's just like it's like straightforward. It makes sense. The more you know,
the more you don't know.
You don't know.
Ignorance is bliss.
The more you know, the more it's bad. You just know how bad the world is, and then all the bad things about it.
That's how I gauge people's driving. Same kind of idea. If you say you're a good driver, I know you're not that good of a driver because you think you know everything. You say you're a bad driver, you're probably a bad driver. But if you say you're an okay, you're like, oh, I can drive. You probably know that they're probably the best driver because they know they don't know everything.
What if they know they suck?
They just suck.
Driving. You like driving?
I don't mind driving. I've been driving for a long time.
Really? How long? When did you get your N right away?
I got my N right away, pretty much.
Same.
But-
No, not same. What am I saying? Not same. I failed 4 times. No, I failed 3 times.
I got my N. I got my L. I think a week or 2 after my birthday.
Wow.
Reason why is because I failed the first time.
How do you fail your L?
Very stressed out.
Did you study?
Didn't
Okay,
study.
that's why. That's why.
And also I had finals too, or not finals, but provincials, the exams.
Oh, that's a thing.
Exams fall on my birthday. I'm late June,
All right.
so exams fall on it. And then the last question was like, what happens when your hood flies up? I said just look out the window. You're apparently supposed to look at the gap. I've never seen a hood up, so I didn't know there was a gap.
Oh.
Failed that.
I didn't
Got
know
it the
that.
second time. End test, failed the first time because I was driving a tiny Corolla for so long. Suddenly got into the Civic, much wider. Cared more about curbing the wheel than doing a full-on neck breaking shoulder check. So got marked off on the shoulder checks. Got it the second time. Class 5 pass first time.
Same.
So driving for pretty much 5 years almost. Over 5 years actually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Driving is, yeah. I mean, I failed 3 times on my N, and then got on my fourth. Class 5 first time, but driving, I don't know, man. Like, it's
I've been driving for, I think it's like, not only have I been driving for 5 years. 5 years is not nothing. Driving for 5 years is
nothing.
nothing, but I've driven in a very diverse amount of scenarios. Like I've driven in downtown when it's pouring rain. I was with you that time.
Yes.
Pouring rain. I've driven to UBC pouring rain without you guys different times. I've driven in the States. I've driven in San Francisco, I think. I've driven in all over BC and not all over BC, but all over Metro Vancouver area. Like I've seen a lot already. I've driven in snow, rain, freaking whatever. So it's like I'm just kind of. I feel like I've seen everything that's in this area.
Right.
So
I don't drive much now. I just, like, if I don't have to drive, I won't drive. Do you ever get driving anxiety?
no. Sometimes I get like when I leave work to the parkade, out the parkade, I get like a little shaky.
All right, you said why?
Up to the left turn on Granville Street. Don't know why. I've never had a bad experience
But it's like
driving there.
it just happens.
I don't know, but I calm down once I get on the road and I start driving, so I don't know. But other than that, it's I don't even call that anxiety. Maybe it's just me being, I don't know, but I rarely get driving anxiety.
After my accident, it's like on and off. I think it's okay. Like, again, like I said, if I have to, I'll drive. You know what's weird about the accident? I have dreams of car accidents.
Oh, you want to go there? Bro,
What?
since I was 8 years old, I've had a reoccurring dream often of me getting T-boned by a bus right outside my neighborhood.
What?
I feel like
You
that's how
get those dreams too?
I feel like I get those dreams often to the point where a long time in my life I thought that's how I was gonna die. Every time I turn there, I'm like staring out the right side, like, is there a fucking bus? No.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I don't get dreams of, actually, I just get dreams of, like, losing control of my car and hitting someone. Like, I can't stop. And it's like the scariest feeling. It's like, and it feels real. So when I got in my accident on that day, it literally felt like the nightmare came true.
I see.
And that was just, when I got in my accident, I was like shaking. Like, I was like, wait, am I dreaming?
Car accidents are traumatizing.
But in addition, that you have dreams about
Yeah.
it. That was just like, I was like, what the heck?
I never get those dreams because I drive the speed limit. I don't drive this. I sometimes I drive very fast, and
Same.
I'm very confident in driving very fast. So I don't drive very fast on the streets with people around. But like if it's an empty road and I'm gunning it, I know what speed I feel.
Okay.
I know my limits in the speed, and I also know. But I've also been faster than my limit before in a different car, and I've felt fine. So for me, the speed isn't really. I'm not scared of speed because I'm always I know when to slow down. I know where the stuff is. Like I only gun it on roads that I'm very comfortable with.
Yep.
So like I always make it as much of a comfortable situation if I ever to drive fast. I won't say the speeds, but I feel confident driving fast. The only thing I'm scared of is other people coming out of nowhere. It's not even a fear of it. It's just because of the dream. I have a tiny little fear of it.
I don't know what those dreams mean, man. It's just so, like, it's such a scary.
But it's like I drive in very, I guess, stressful environments, like rush hour traffic downtown, super rainy, super dark, whatever. I'm fine. Pitch black road, back roads of Abbotsford, driving on the highway, no lights, no nothing. It's just me. I'm fine. I felt a little sus when I was driving through the back farm roads, Abbotsford past midnight because the road was closed. The main road was closed. Was a little skeptical, but I wasn't scared. I was just a little like, okay, this is very dark, and a clown could come and kill me. Whatever, it's fine. I'll just keep driving.
A clown.
Like it was one of those. It was like
Oh,
those
was
haunted movie type of vibes.
Was
But
this
I wasn't scared. I was just like, okay, cool.
okay?
Could be ignorance, but I just feel very confident in my driving.
Yeah. 55 minutes.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you get fever dreams?
I was gonna ask, what are fear dreams again?
Fever dreams is, for me, a fever dream is when I get this dream of like these giant Microsoft Paint pipes, Roblox type of vibes crushing me, and I wake up in a cold sweat. I'm like, okay, I'm getting sick.
Nightmares?
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a fever. It's like a sleep paralysis type of fever
Literally a
dream.
fever.
The
Okay.
second I get the dream every time I'm sick since I was a kid. Like since had consciousness. Every time I get that dream, I wake up, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be sick in the next couple hours. If I have work, I'm calling off work. If I have school, I'm letting my parents know in the morning that, or I'm letting my parents know at that moment I'm sick.
Wait, so you get sick after you have those dreams?
Yeah.
What?
It's my body just lets me know, like, hey, you're sick. And I'm like, okay, I'm
Well, that's
sick.
kind of cool.
It's cool, but it's also
Those are called fever dreams.
that's what my coworker told me it was called. Because I
Dreams
was explaining
that
it.
tell you that you're gonna catch a cold.
I don't know if that's the definition, but it's a dream that I always get when I'm sick. Before I realize I'm sick. Because you're sick before you realize you're sick.
That's cool.
You're sick for X amount of time before the symptoms actually
Wow.
show up because your body caught the bacteria, still fighting it off.
And then it gets projected in your dream sequence.
I get the dream. I'm like, okay, I'm
That's
sick.
sick. The human body is amazing. Oh my god.
Do you get those?
No, I haven't gotten those before, or I haven't been getting nightmares. I usually get nightmares as a kid, and then it's just like I used to get a lot. I used to be really scared of like the dark and things, because I think watching horror movies. But then I get a lot of nightmares before.
Have you had sleep paralysis?
No,
Really?
no.
I've had that shit like maybe 5 times.
But that's when you're awake, right? And you can't move,
Yeah, or when you're falling asleep sometimes for me.
and you get falling sensation.
That's something else, but like the first time I had sleep paralysis, I think I was a kid. I was below 10. You good? I was below 10. I remember seeing this black figure come at me. Like I wake up frozen. I see a black figure come at me, like a Slenderman looking type of thing, come at me. I think it ate me. Like like ow.
Pause.
Glad my jaw cracked because I stopped myself. But it just came and just ate me.
It came and ate you.
I just gone. Woke up the next day. I was like, cool, that's terrifying.
Oh my god, no, I have never had sleep paralysis. Like,
Grade 12, I didn't. Oh, sorry.
no.
Grade 12, I didn't sleep a lot. I was watching National Geographic very late at night.
Why?
I was just very interested in it. I just couldn't sleep for a period, and I think and after a week of that, I started falling asleep. I hear like demons and crap.
Auditorial
Like I
hallucinations.
hear like freaking demon laughing,
Dude, that's
and I snap myself. Or sometimes I'll like hear as I'm nodding off, I like force myself awake. Like start shaking in my brain. Like I feel like I'm inside my own body. I'm like shaking, try to get myself awake. Wake up. I'm like, all right. I've had that happen a couple
that's
times.
so scary.
I feel like it's almost like the actual devil itself, but I don't know. But like, there have been times where I've literally had to force myself awake because I feel like there's some danger, there's something around me that I need to get away from.
No, what?
Apparently, it's called projecting.
I've tried to induce sleep paralysis to get into lucid dreaming. Have you lucid dreamt before?
Yeah, I pissed myself.
What?
I had a lucid dream when I was a kid. Woke up,
Why did you lucid
got
dream
dressed,
to pee yourself
went downstairs to the downstairs washroom, took a piss.
in the dream?
Yeah, and then thought for a second, hey, why is my piss not making any sound? Wake up, pissed myself.
How old were you?
I was below 10, I think. Yeah, I was definitely below 10. I was like, I was still in elementary school.
But you didn't know you were lucid dreaming.
No, and now I have a fear whenever I piss.
No, but when you're lucid dream, say that again.
Because of that dream, right? I'm so scared. Whenever I piss, because when you dream, you can't read clocks and you can't read. Like the words and the numbers come blurry. So when I take a piss, always make sure I can read something. Whether it's the logo on my shoe or the washroom has a branding, I'm dead ass. I always make sure I read something while taking the piss because I'm so scared of pissing myself again.
You need a reality check every time you go and take a piss.
Yes, and I'm on creatine too, so these is multiple times a day.
You're just in the stall and you're fucking
Yep.
pinching yourself.
Every time I work, I fucking read the fucking washroom thing. It says Toto. Toto. I know that for a fact. It's a Kohler bathroom too if I look at the urinal.
Oh, that's funny.
Dead ass.
That's not lucid dreaming though.
No, but it's the fear from lucid dreaming.
No, but that was when you lucid dream. You know you're lucid dreaming.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's just a dream.
Yeah, but either way, that was a fucked up dream. Scarred me ever since for the last 10 years of my life.
Get a reality check so I can piss things.
I checked the watch.
Wait, check
Taking a
the
piss, I look at my watch. I'm like, okay, I'm free. I'm awake.
No, but lucid dreaming, you know you're in a dream, and then once you know, you can control it. That's what lucid dreaming is. And I try to induce it because you have to go into like sleep paralysis or something. So like you stay super still, but you try to stay awake while your eyes is closed.
Isn't that just being depressed?
Damn.
Just awake with your thoughts.
Oh my god. Sure. I can't relate.
Oh man, neither can I.
Really?
No.
Yeah, but I never tried. I think of one No, I don't know. It's just it's supposed to be really, what's the word here? Therapeutic,
Mm.
almost, because you get to do whatever in your dream. And no, but I have not. I was wondering if you did. That's not lucid dreaming. If you just piss yourself, that's just a dream.
Yeah, thanks. I wanted to make it sound cooler. What would you do if you're the last person on the planet Earth? Like, let's say,
Die?
okay,
Can't do anything.
because I'm thinking about a lucid dream, right? Lucid dream. Are there other people in your lucid dream?
Hmm?
Unless you have to bring them in, right?
I don't know about that, but often dreams just other people,
Let's
just in
say,
general, right?
but you're having a lucid dream, right? Like, if I want to see like Robert Downey Jr., can I just like
Probably.
he's there, like the metaverse, right? Just
Probably.
pop him in.
Yeah.
So like, let's say you're having a lucid dream, and like, there's no one on the planet Earth. It's just you in the real world, lucid dream, whatever. It's just you. What would you do?
I'd fly. That's like the first thing. I'd fly. Wait, are you talking about literally last person on the
It's
earth?
kind of the same type of vibe because lucid dream, you're the only person on the.
But I
on
can't,
the
if it's a
world.
real world, I can't be flying.
We'll do lucid dream first.
I'd be flying.
Really?
Like that's like the first thing anyone does because everyone wants to fly. I don't know about you, but I just start flying like I'm Superman.
I'd be using the force.
Sure, just doing whatever, just flying. I always want to fly. I think one day. Actually, no, there's already people like that. Those squirrel suits. That seems really dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that.
Like that seems so scary. You just run into a mountain.
That's some things that like. I don't know how to say this in a nice way, but there are some things that me as a Chinese person would never think to do. Like
Why?
I never think to climb a mountain.
You don't want to climb a mountain.
I don't want to climb a mountain. That just doesn't seem like a me thing.
You don't want to like scale a mountain.
I don't
like
want to climb.
Everest.
No, I don't want to. Okay, that's
That's a mountain.
Everest is like an insane hike, isn't it?
It's not a hike. It's a literal scale. You gotta be really
Like
trained
you gotta
for
use
that.
the freaking claws and stuff,
Or you die. Yeah.
and like the carabiners and the clips.
you
and
gotta
stuff.
have people on.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
What do you mean climb a mountain? Like grouse?
No, like because I know that in Everest, I think it's Everest. Like there's a certain like the indigenous people there like carry your stuff for you. They do tours.
I forgot what their names are called, but they're very professional and they know
Yeah.
all the routes.
But I was just thinking like if they're carrying your stuff for you, isn't it just like a very difficult hike then, or are they actually like climbing up the mountain with you? With their
It's
stuff?
like an extreme hike. They literally climbing on. They have to set the routes for you.
Yeah,
They have to go ahead and see, is it safe to go
yeah.
or is it gonna collapse?
I'm talking like these people who like literally like they're climbing up the mountain with like these things. Like,
You wouldn't do that.
I would not do that. I would not skydive either.
Obviously, okay, Everest is a very, very extreme example, but
Yeah.
even just like easier ones where you have to do that still.
Nah, I'm not anything where I can't be standing. Don't want
Okay.
to do that.
Okay. Would you do bouldering?
No,
No?
no.
Even like an indoor bouldering?
I'm scared of heights.
All right, you said that.
Can't do that.
I think I'm not fond of heights. Are you actually scared? Like,
Genuinely
What
scared.
is the threshold here? Second floor of metro?
No, not that kind of scare heights. Like, because I'm standing.
So if you were hanging on a bar on the
Like,
second floor of
I
metro,
I went indoor rock climbing before, and like, I climb up. I know the rope keeps me safe. I know they did their checks and stuff like that, so I can just jump off and be fine. I'll
but
climb
you're
down.
scared.
I'll climb down.
Right, you said that.
So like, I can't do that. But the thing is, like, I've jumped off a portable school building before. Like that's probably like a 10-foot drop.
Mm.
I jumped off that before because
Ow, the heck? It's really bad for your ankles.
I was a kid. I was too scared to climb down. This is when parkour was very popular. But like,
Parkour?
if I'm like very high up in a building, looking down, whatever, it's fine. But it's like when I'm at the edge of a building, I get scared.
Edge of building. Oh my god, sorry god. Oh my god. I forgot we went over 30 again. Sorry for the video side. This has been second cut. I gotta figure out how to do this better in the future.
I'm not skydiving though. That's
But-
like that's where I draw the line.
So if you can't be standing, you're scared of heights. So if you're super high up on a suspension bridge, you're okay with that?
did not like that
Okay, so you're scared of that too.
because it moves.
But you're on your feet.
Yeah, but the bridge was moving. Like I don't trust the.
So anything that's not stable or you're not on your feet and you're high up,
I
then you're
think-
scared. So 10th floor
I
of a
don't know how-
building, you're okay.
I don't know how to describe it to be honest. I actually don't
If
really.
you're in the highest in a penthouse and you're looking down, you're okay.
I'm fine.
Really.
Yeah.
But if that penthouse is shaking,
I'm terrified.
then you're terrified.
Terrified. I don't want to live in a skyscraper because of earthquakes and high winds. I know that. I think it was Dave. He mentioned once that very high winds or earthquake, his house was shaking because he lives high up in an apartment.
Oh damn, that's scary.
I think it was him. So like I'm good.
Shout out to Dave.
Shout out to Dave.
I wonder how you're doing.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a great time.
My grandma was just asking about Dave. I was calling my grandma earlier. She's like, "How is Dave doing? Did you see him recently?" I'm like, I haven't seen Dave recently, but like I'll see how he's doing later. I don't know.
Dave, man, he's a cool guy.
He is.
Hope he's doing well. Oh, it's a longer podcast today.
Yeah.
Probably an hour. We cut it down. Probably still an hour actually.
We kind of did. I think given our energy level, I feel like we did pretty well.
Oh yeah, that was like 40 minutes of religion.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna clip that.
Wait until we pop up on Fox News.
Oh no.
Is the new generation anti-Christ?
And it shows Banana Boys podcast.
Ooh.
Two boys sitting on a couch discussing religion like they're some professionals.
Should we be concerned of the next generation possibly being anti-Christ? Satanic?
Look at these kids. They sold their soul.
Would your kids sell your soul for a lollipop? Find out on our TikTok.
Shut up, boomer. No one watches Fox News.
People
We're
watch
the
Fox
news now.
People watch a lot of Fox News.
Older people.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
I think the news and radio is getting
It's concerning when Canadians watch Fox News because they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, abortion this, abortion that. Oh my gosh, open marriage. Like you can marry anyone you want. Like in terms of gender, it's like we live in Canada. Abortion's been legal for, I checked, it was over 30 years.
Is it illegal?
Abortion's been legal
Been
for
legal.
over 30 years
Yes.
in Canada.
Yes.
I think a month ago, I saw a man standing outside of Women's Hospital with an anti-abortion sign. You're 30 years late, pal. And then like
Those are the people that still watch news.
old church I went to was like talking about how this new generation where gay marriage is acceptable because the US is talking about it.
Mhm.
Bro, that's been legal for like 15 years. At that moment, I knew man was listening to Fox News.
Yeah.
As a Canadian.
News is outdated. Radio's outdated.
America's outdated.
America's outdated?
America's still talking about abortion.
That's true.
Should we end it there?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty long.
Hey, yo.
Hey.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah.
Thanks
Check
for
out. Oh yeah, thanks for listening, and check out our social medias under below.
Yeah,
YouTube,
it's all linked. IG, TikTok,
YouTube Shorts. We're making some clips.
Shorts. Shorts is limited to 15 seconds. It's so annoying. So
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's so dumb. But full podcast is on YouTube, full video,
Yeah.
and
Send us some DMs.
send us
It's
some
cool.
DMs. Like shout out to Chloe.
That's cool.
If you're learning English through us, amazing. We'll try to speak more advanced vocabulary for you.
We
to
are
learn.
the worst people to learn English from.
Yeah.
I can barely speak English sometimes.
Well, you got great English skills, man. I just can't. I'm so tired. I can't figure out my words. Keep having tip of the
Look at this man.
tip of the tongue phenomenon. That's a psychology term for you. When your word is right there, but you can't remember it.
If this man's in your DMs, just know he knows psychology, so he can gaslight you professionally.
True. All right. Find us on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you're on Apple Podcasts, please leave a review. We got 2 stars, one from my mom and one from someone else.
We only got 2 stars?
No, 2 ratings, 2 5-star ratings.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, your mom gave us 2 stars? That's kind of harsh.
Be honest. But yeah, we're on, I don't even know, Google Podcasts.
Are we on Amazon?
Amazon Music, Stitcher. I don't know who uses Stitcher.
People use Stitcher.
Apparently. That's good. We're all there. Thanks to Buzzsprout. This episode is sponsored, not sponsored by Buzzsprout.
We're sponsoring Buzzsprout.
We're not sponsored. We're sponsoring Buzzsprout?
Technically.
We're using Buzzsprout.
They took our money, so.
We're not sponsoring though.
That's
One
true.
day. Okay. All right.
I'm so tired.